everybody. Matt with the Lake Stevens Chamber of Commerce. I'm your managing director. How's everybody today? I want to give you a quick overview of the Blitzer platform. This is the platform that we're using for our networking after hours events on the third Wednesday of every month. Hope you can join us 5 o'clock. I want to give you a brief rundown on how this thing works, what it is, how you register, what it looks like, everything like that. Pull this up for you here so you can see what we're talking about. When you first open up the Blitzer platform, this is what it looks like here. You can see if you were to click the link on our website and go to register for Blitzer, this is the Blitzer page that will take you to. Shows you the event here, Networking After Hours with Lake Stevens Chamber of Commerce right here. Register for Blitzer right here, date and time. And over here, when people sign up, there'll be a list of participants on this side. Show you what that looks like in a second. When you first come and this is your first time, you can register for Blitzer. If that's not your first time, it'll say you can just log in. So you can sign in with Blitzer. You can create a Blitzer account. You can sign in with Facebook, any way like that. Below that is an information is a schedule of the event. Now these events are designed to be quick. They're half hour, 45 minutes tops. The way we've got them set up. And the first thing we'll do right at 5 o'clock, there'll be a conference, 5 minutes, where they call it a conference. It's kind of like a presentation. So basically I'll kind of talk to you about what's going on in the chamber, some upcoming events, might give you a brief rundown on some of our committee work, something like that. Stuff that we want to share with you. Those are the first 5 minutes of the thing. The next after that, starting at 5:05, you see it says one-on-one networking. 5 conversations at 6 minutes each. Basically, this is, for lack of a better term, speed networking. You'll get 5 minutes to connect with other leaders from the Greater Lake Stevens area who are signed up to join us on that day. One-to-one conversations, just you and that other person. You're not in a big Zoom room with 20 other people. You're not trying to get a word in edgewise. It's just you and one other person, and that's it. And so it's really nice, just like we would have at a networking after hours. You could, you'd see somebody, you walk up to them, you talk with them, say hi, introduce yourself, tell who you're with. They do the same thing. You have a conversation, and there's, talk to them about stuff, about whatever your business is, how you can help each other, stuff like that. That's the 6 minutes each, 5 conversations for a half an hour. They do a brief feedback session at 5:35, and then the conference. I gotta say goodbye. Say thank you all for coming. I'll remind you of some stuff coming up and send you on your way. Show you here real quick. So this is what it'll look like when you first log in, sort of. Over here on the left-hand side will be your upcoming events. It says, the networking after hours, Lake Stevens Chamber of Commerce. Get the time descriptions, date and time right there. We'll go over what these people over here on the right-hand side mean in just a second. I want to take you to what it looks like if you were to click on this event. I'm going to take you to this one that I went to. This is one I went back to in December, just for an example. So what it will look like over here, instead of the completed event, it'll say join event right over here on the right-hand side. And down here below that will be all the participants. So this event had a lot of participants. There I am right there. And as you can see, as we scroll down here, we'll talk here real quick about the green, yellow, and red dots. So as you can see here, I have Izzy marked green. You can go along and scan through the participants of the upcoming event, and you can then set their priority essentially about who you want to see. You hover over the green dot here. It said I prefer to speak to Izzy West. So she's somebody I wanted to talk to at that event, so I set her as a green. Yellow. It is a neutral preference, which is where everybody starts at in this thing. If you just leave it, if you don't go back and do this, that's fine. The computer system is just going to pair you with whomever is available then, and they're not going to look at, you won't have any preferences in that, which is fine. You can do that too. And then red, do not match me with Izzy West, or do not match me with the people who you mark as red. This may be somebody that you either see all the time or somebody you're already doing business with, so you don't need to sit down and have a conversation with them, try to get to know them. You already know them, you're already working with them. Somebody maybe somebody that you don't need to talk to. That's who you set red as. You go, do not match me with Easy West. You can go through and see all the participants here that were at this Blitzer that I went to back on December 17th. Now, what happens with those preferences when the Blitzer starts, when we start our one-to-one networking at our 5 minutes after the hour for networking after hours, the computer system will go through, look at all the people there and begin to pair people together. They'll take greens and they'll try to match people who have green, who both have selected each other as high priority to meet, and then they'll do people who said, you know, one green, and then they'll move to the neutrals. But basically, it's all done by the system, all in the background, and all done automatically, which is great. So we've gone through, we've done our Blitzer. You've met with 5 or 6 people, 4 or 5 people that you at the thing, had the one-to-one conversations. The Blitzer's now over. Great. The good thing about Blitzer is this system you can continue to use after the event's over. When you are done with the event, Blitzer system keeps track of all the people that you've met with. So on this screen here now, you can see on the right-hand side, this is basically the home screen for Blitzer. When you log in, this is what it will look like. Your upcoming events will be on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side over here are all the people that you have met with through all of the different Blitzers that you've been to. I've been to a few, so I've got a pretty good list here. And as you can see, you know, I've got a few people starred that are my favorite people that I've talked to a couple of times and want to keep track of. Let's just look at Kyle. He's the top of the list here. I just talked with him at my last Blitzer I was at just before Christmas. Nice thing about this, it kind of keeps track of right here all his highlight reel or his main title, his highlight title there right there. Tells where he's from. Usually people put in, you know, what their business is, such like that. These little icons over here are kind of what it makes it great though. So you can mark him as a favorite if you want, but you can also direct message Kyle. Like you can direct message these people inside the Blitzer system. You don't have to worry about remembering their email or anything like that. If you took notes during the session, you'll be able to take notes on the people that you're meeting with. They'll show up here so you can keep track of them as you go. You can set up a video follow-up, which is a premium feature. So there it's a premium version that they're coming out with. You can also send you can record voice messages to send to them, as well as request a follow-up, set of follow-up. So, but it's really nice because you can keep track of the text. You can send messages back and forth with the people you've had Blitzers with in the past, and keep track of all the people that you've had that you've talked with during the different Blitzers. I've been to a few. You can also look to see where you talked to them. So each one of the Blitzers that I've been to are here, and they show the people that I talked to at each one of them. I've been using this since September of last year, and had been to a few, been to a couple, 3 or 4 in December there, 2 or 3 in December, 3 or 4, yeah. So that's a brief rundown on the Blitzer system. We hope you join us coming up next week on Wednesday, January 20th at 5 p.m. on the Blitzer Network. If you have any questions, reach out to me, director@LakeStevensChamber.com. I'm Matt Tabor, Managing Director for the Lake Stevens Chamber of Commerce. We hope to see you there.